All right, traders, there is several stocks that recently had a massive run up that ended up hitting key make it or break it resistance levels on the day, and they failed to turn those key critical levels into a support level for the day. So this video is going to explain to you how to profit on put options by trading these stocks into this week. We're currently seeing signs of weakness. We're currently seeing signs of fake out. I'm going to explain to you on the top stocks that I'm interested in day trading some put options. I'm going to share with you the entire trading plan moving forward. In terms of my trading day, yesterday, right before the close, I ended up buying Nvidia put options. Those put options, I made a quick 30% selling into the market open. There was also another phenomenal opportunity to buy Nvidia put options. As we had stated in the watch list, the best price to buy put options on the day was going to be if they spike back to their previous closing price, which was stated right here at 9:23 a.m. And that's what one of the members who recently made a 600% return on swing trading Tesla call options, he killed it again today. I got to give a big shout out to Swanky Woods. He ended up buying some Nvidia put options right towards that gap close reversal level, towards the highs, as you could see in Nvidia right here. Once it had this massive gap down and I was profit taking, it shot back up, filled the gap, turns it into a resistance level, formed some lower highs, and it had a gap close reversal, and then it started to go back down and fill those gaps below, right? So that was a phenomenal play. And then I also had a Tesla put option. I had this Tesla put option. I made nearly a 30% return in 3 minutes. I literally got in towards the micro top and I got out towards the micro bottom. And it's a good thing I locked in those profits because Tesla stock spiked rapidly after that. And then after that, so my portfolio was nearly up 5% on the day. Then I started trading AMC and I gave back some profit. I'm still up green nicely for the day, but I did give back some profit on some AMC puts. When it hit 2080, I got squeezed out, I got stopped out. And then I bought some calls. Those were a success 2 times in a row. And then I traded one last time for a small loss. So AMC, I'm currently red on the day. The other 2 stocks, I am up green nicely and I'm up green for the day. So I'm going to be recapping the trades towards the end of this video. But right now, let's get into this, important updated price action analysis. Make sure you stay till the end of this video because it's really going to walk you through how to trade the best setups at the best prices. So first things first, let's start off with the SPY. So in terms of the SPY, it was trading sideways in the beginning. It was make it or break it. It was really trying to fill this gap at first. You could see right here in the morning we gapped down, and then after it gapped down, it was trying to go back up to fill this gap. There was a gap to fill at $449.59. It couldn't get that high. Then eventually came back crashing down to fill this gap below. There was a gap to fill below at $440.39. So I want you to think of your new key make it or break it level for the SPY is going to be $443.80. If this cracks and reacts as a resistance level, this 443.80, SPY is going to get crushed. SPY will be on track to go to like $437.50 to $438 for the micro if it cracks 444 and turns it into a resistance level. Now, this is what I want you to understand in terms of the bullish micro. For the bulls to take control, it's make it or break it. And right now they're breaking it. They're not showing up right now. So for the bulls to take control, what needs to happen is this 444.50 level needs to turn into a support level. It needs to hold above this. It needs to start breaking out. It needs to turn into a support level. If it can do that, it's going to try to start to fill this gap at $449.59, which is going to be the new best micro level to buy put options on the SPY. $449.59 for this gap close reversal, right? Now, in terms of the daily, how does the daily look on the micro for the SPY? I'm still currently macro bullish on the SPY. There is always that possibility where it does fill this gap right here towards $417 before it fills this gap here at $464. That's always a possibility. In terms of what I think, in terms of what can happen, I think we can go to like 427 for the macro before hitting 464. And then once we're at towards 427, we could start to see that reversal and that move back up. If it's not 427, it's going to be 417. That's just talking about the macro. In terms of the micro, this is not a bullish situation. It's not a bullish situation at all. This is a very bearish candlestick and it's cracking this key level. So like I said, the make it or break it level for SPY is $444.50. If that reacts as a resistance and breaks down, SPY is going to sell off to about 438, 437. If it reacts to support, it starts to break out. SPY is going to try to fill this gap. If it fills this gap, I believe it's going to be a great opportunity to buy some micro put options for 449.59. That's where we're currently at on the SPY. I gave you the key levels. We got to see how it reacts tomorrow morning for the potential micro trade. In terms of the daily chart for the micro is beginning to turn bearish. What we can potentially see happen if SPY is green tomorrow, we could see something like this. See how SPY has a little gap down and it forms this bearish candle, very similar move to what it did today at a similar price. If it's green tomorrow, then it's going to form a channel and it's going to consolidate. It's most likely going to hold like this. Then it's going to pop back up. And once it fills that gap, has a reversal, sells off hard. That's another possibility that I wanted to bring awareness to. So if the SPY is green tomorrow and it's consolidating, it's going to start to form a channel and it's going to try to pop back up within a couple days to fill this gap at 449.59, which would be the best price to buy the micro put options. That's my thoughts. That's my analysis on the SPY put options. For those of you who are interested in macro call options on the SPY, the best level for macro call options, it's going to take time, is going to be 417. You go back, you watch my previous videos. I was telling people who are interested in buying SPY call options when this was in the 440s, the 450s, I was telling them, wait until it fills this gap right here at 416.25, which was the low of this crazy macro bull run. That was literally the low. People were asking me, where should I buy SPY calls? Right here. So now I'm telling you, if you want to buy SPY macro calls, wait till here. That's if you're in for the macro passive income midterm swing trade. So with that being said, that's the thoughts. That's the price action analysis on the SPY. Let's get into Tesla. Tesla is starting to get a little interesting here. It didn't close red, so it's not bearish yet, but it truly is at a make it or break it level. We're going to call this make it or break it level $1,000. That's what we're going to call it. If $1,000 reacts as a resistance level, it starts to break down, Tesla's going to get crushed. Once it turns 993 into a resistance level and sells off, we are going to be seeing some downside on Tesla. When it can prove that there's some resistance and there's some crack of this 993 key level, there's going to be a gap to fill below right here. As you can see, there's a gap to fill below at 921. Eventually, I do believe as time goes on, these gaps are going to fill. This gap to fill at 921. There's a gap to fill at 905, right? I do believe those gaps are going to fill as time goes on. So it's just waiting for bearish confirmations and then, buying the right put options, the right contracts that have enough time that aren't too far out of the money, right? That's just what the waiting game is. In terms of now, there is no confirmation for the Tesla puts just yet, but we are beginning to see that $1,000 level attempt to react as resistance. Once Tesla cracks 993, you're going to want to play some puts. In terms of the calls, I have no interest in Tesla calls. If it's bullish at this level, I will be sitting on the sidelines and I'll be waiting for the next best level to buy Tesla puts, which is going to be right here at $1,096. That would be the absolute best. It's make it or break it for Tesla. This is not the most bullish candlestick. It's not the most bullish chart for the micro. It's due for some pullback. It's due for some resistance. $1,000 is make it or break it. If we can see it react as a resistance, if it starts to break down, I'll look to play it with a max risk of $1,000 with $1,010. That's my thoughts. That's the price action analysis on Tesla. Waiting for a key breakdown. If we can't get it, or if we do get it and I get stopped out, I'll be waiting for $1,096. That's the next level. So looking to buy puts on the first red day. If these stocks gap down tomorrow, the best price and the best thing you could really do is to wait for them to rip back up towards their previous closing price, like people did on Nvidia today. I was selling my Nvidia put options into this pullback at market open. You could see right here, I alerted all my sells. I was selling my swing trade, my put options. Let me scroll up. So these are the swing trades on Nvidia. This was alerted yesterday at 3:58 p.m. I make my swing trades right before the market closes because you can't figure out where these stocks are going to close exactly. And the micro changes all the time. So you got to play it safe and wait till the close, because the swing trades, one of the confirmations I use is based off of what the daily candle looks like. And once I noticed that Nvidia was forming a bearish daily candle closing week, that was my confirmation to get in on Nvidia. And then as you can see at 9:36 a.m., I sold half. And then I sold the rest shortly after that, locking in the gains. So in terms of Nvidia stock, this chart is looking very, very bearish. I mean, you could just see right here, look at where your support was. You had all this support. Look at your strong support. You had very strong support recently at $264. Very strong support, very strong wicks right here. Nice push to 272 twice. It failed to break out. It failed to turn it into, support level. and it had a nice breakdown at open. It ripped back up, and then it filled the gap. And then once it filled that gap, it turned that previous closing price, that gap close reversal level, into a resistance level. So the strategy works. You just got to know what setups to use it on and the right stocks to use it on and the right confirmations. We have people taking advantage of these, strategies and of these setups without my alerts. When I sold Nvidia, we had members like Swank. He was buying put options once it filled the gap, and then it went straight back to the lows, having that gap close reversal. And this chart looks very, very bearish. I do want to bring some awareness to this though. You could see right here, see how Nvidia has these two little days up. See how Nvidia has these like 2 little days up, kind of similar. And then the next day, it looks like the world is over. It looks like it's going to be ending. It looks very bearish. And then it starts to rip back up. So if Nvidia is green tomorrow, I would step out of the puts. If it's red tomorrow, I would be patient. I know some of you guys are swing trading those because it's at key resistance. There was a gap to fill here. It had a gap close reversal. It had another gap close reversal today, and it's at key resistance with big downside potential. And there's a gap to fill below at $230, and SPY is selling off hard, right? So it makes perfect sense. So it looks phenomenal. It looks phenomenal for puts, right? If it is green tomorrow, I would step out and then we can look to get back in. But as of now, Nvidia looks extremely bearish. And congratulations for those of you who bought the puts, and you can afford to hold them overnight because you were rebuying the puts when this was at like 264, filling this gap. So that's Nvidia. That's my thoughts on that. It looks very, very bearish. The next key level it has to crack is 255. If we can crack 255, we're going to be on track for 248. That's what we'll be on track for that one. AMC. AMC was a little tricky today. Let's go over this one. So basically for the micro, this stock is genuinely fucked. That's just, I'm not going to like sugarcoat it. It looks very, very bearish. I'm going to explain to you what needs to happen for this to run for the micro. So remember, micro, I'm speaking for the short term, the day trading price action. I'm not speaking for the long term. The longer term price action is for the macro. So we discussed in yesterday's video, this $20.80, right? This 2080 has huge upside and huge downside. It's a key make it or break it level. If it reacts as a resistance, AMC is going to sell off hard. If it reacts as a support level, AMC is going to break out. And then we discussed if 2080 can hold, it's going to start to push to fill this gap at 2549, which would be the best micro price level to buy puts on AMC to short the stock if it forms resistance at 2549 for this gap fill level. So in terms of what happened to AMC today, it did both. It did both things. At first, it turned $20.80 into a support level. As soon as it hit $20.80 right here, I jumped the gun. I just wanted to get in. I felt it was overextended. I jumped the gun, and then I quickly got squeezed out of my puts for 28%, gave back, about half of my profit on the day. Then I noticed that 2080, this big pullback right here, I noticed that there was a very strong base and there was a very strong support channel, and AMC, just had a nice little breakout to 22, and it's turning this key 2180, this key 2080 level right here into support, the make it or break it level, meaning if it keeps holding above 2080, it's going to try to break out above 22. If it breaks out above 22 and reacts to support, it's going to try to fill the gap at 2549, right? So I noticed that it was forming a strong base. It was forming a strong support channel. So there were two occurrences where I bought calls on the dip. When this was at like 2090, I bought calls on the dip. I bought shares on the dip. I rinsed it twice, made a quick 25% on the calls basically twice, and sold, shares for the profit. So that really helped me out. But I did size in fairly heavily on my puts, so I'm still not green on AMC. And then I had a small loss into the close. I bought it at like $21 into the close, and then I sold it at $20.60. I'm not going to be holding overnight. The plan was to hold overnight, but the reason why I'm not holding AMC overnight is because it did not close strong enough for me to hold overnight, and it was starting to downtrend a little bit in after hours. And the key make it or break it level for AMC is 2050. Right here, this 2050, see how once it cracks 2050, it's got big downside potential for the micro, right? So I'm not holding through those big pullbacks. I'm cutting my losses very, very quickly, and I could always look to get back in. So I'm currently red in terms of the ticker. I gave back some profits, but on the day, the portfolio is still up nicely. But yeah, I was seeing this strong base. It was reacting at that key 2080 level as strong support several times, but it kept failing to break out. It kept failing to break above 22. It kept failing to turn into a support level. And then it finally just got to a point, well, if this can't break out and start to fill that gap, 2080 is going to crack. And then once 2050 cracks, like this is 2050 right here. Once this cracks, it's going to sell off hard, right? So I'm not holding through that pullback. So that's the reason why I got out of AMC. In terms of, what are my thoughts on this tomorrow? Right now, everything is extremely overbought. Everything is extremely overextended for the micro price action. Not saying for the macro, for the micro. And we are due for a pullback. And SPY really sold off hard as well, which kind of helped, push AMC down. But AMC, in its own sense, kind of does its own thing as well. It really does. Like you could see SPY is trying to pop back up, and AMC really isn't popping up that much. But with that being said, your key level, guys, remains 2080. Where it closed at 2074. This is your key level. This 2080, this 2074 level, also 2050 is a key level. So right now, AMC is gapping down. For the bulls to remain in control of the micro, it needs to break out and it needs to hold above $20.80. If this rips to 2080 tomorrow and that reacts as a resistance level, it starts going down, that's going to be a great opportunity for some put options. So the bears are currently in control for the micro until AMC can turn $20.80 into a support. That's my thoughts on the stock. So how low can it go for the short term being if the bulls cannot turn 2080 into support? Here's how low it can realistically go. Realistically speaking, you're looking at a pullback to about $18.50. And for those of you who watched my video on how this gap trading strategy will make you rich on my channel, you could have used it on AMC today to make an absolute killing. I wasn't watching AMC in the morning. I was focused on my Nvidia swing trade. It's funny, I was focused on my Nvidia swing trade, which was the best time to be buying AMC. And then I stopped watching Nvidia and I traded AMC, which was the worst time to be trading AMC, and it was the best time to be trading Nvidia because Nvidia filled the gap, had a reversal, and at the time I was trading AMC puts. It's so funny how that works out, man. You really got to be laser focused and sharp and just like on the dial with how this works out. But you can see right here, AMC had a gap up today. It hit the key support from yesterday. It closed the gap, literally had a gap close reversal. It was the low of day. And then it just took off, man. That was a phenomenal dip buying opportunity on AMC with that gap close reversal strategy. I didn't play that. I was focused on Nvidia. And then in terms of Tesla, my recap on Tesla, you can see right here. So let's quickly recap this. In terms of Tesla, you can see right here, I bought puts at 9:49 a.m. Why did I buy Tesla puts at 9:49 a.m.? And why did I sell 3 minutes later? Let's go over this. So in terms of the put options that I bought, you could see right here, and this was all streamed live as well. It was the $1,000 strike, and I got in at $22.80. So the $1,000 strike that expires on March 25th, and I got in at $22.80. So that's like a $2,280 position per contract. Let's see what these contracts did when I got in. So I got in right here. It was alerted at 9:49 a.m. Right here, the Tesla puts. So why did I decide to buy these puts right here at 9:49 a.m.? Let's get into it right here, 9:49 right here. You can see within those 3 minutes from where I got in, the low was 22.50. I got in on these at 22.80. 2 minutes later, they ripped all the way to $30. When I'm up that much in 2 minutes, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to lock in my profits, and that's exactly what I did. I bought the bottom right here, and I literally sold the top. Look at these alerts. Like the alert was right here at where is it? 9:52 a.m. Literally at 9:52 a.m. In 3 minutes, I got out the top right here at 9:52 a.m. on the top of this candle, right before it went right back to my initial entry. Within those 3 minutes, it's like imagine buying a stock at $22.80 and you sell it for nearly $30 in 3 minutes. And then you're just done for the day. It's like turning $2,200 into almost $3,000, making an $800 profit in 3 single minutes. And then you could just shut it down and call it a day. It's just truly incredible what you can do with options. And as you can see, it's a good thing I got out because look, it went all the way down to $9. So it was a great scalp. It was a great scalping opportunity, and I took advantage of that opportunity. Why did I decide to do that? Why did I get in? Why did I get out at that key time? I was looking at the chart, right? I'm looking at this chart. I'm saying, okay, $1,000, this is a key level on Tesla. It had its gap down. $1,000 is a key level. It filled the gap. And right here, it was just sitting at resistance. It was forming bearish candlesticks. And then right here, it triggered blue on the squeeze indicator. When this triggers blue, stocks are known for pulling back. Check this out. As soon as it triggers dark blue, what happens? It starts to sell off. And then that's where I started to lock in my profits. As soon as this went back to red, a green candle came in. And then as soon as that green candle came in, I told myself, this just went red and a green candle came in. And I look at what happened last time. Last time this just went red and a green candle came in. It ripped right back up. And this time, if you go back, like right here, it went much higher. So this can potentially go a lot higher, right? Like if you look right here, it went green to red. It had a massive breakout. Right here, it does the same thing. It goes green to red, and then it has a massive breakout. So I'm not gonna take that risk. If I'm up 30% plus in like 3 minutes, and then a green candle comes in, and it's gonna try to go green again on the day, I'm getting out and I'm locking profits. Especially since this already had a breakout to $1,009. So that explains the trade. It was the bearish confirmations, it was the bearish candlesticks, and the resistance forming at that key $1,000 whole round number. Was that some sort of amazing gap strategy? No, not really. That was just a quick micro in and out trade, but it worked out phenomenally. So yeah, you got to lock in your profits. One tip I'll give you guys with options trading is do not aim for big wins. Take your profits, get in, get out, lock in your profits. Do not hold your option contracts for very long when you're day trading, because this market flip-flops all the time. It flip-flops all the time, and you're going to give back all your profits. You'll be up 10%, you'll give it back. You'll be up 20, 30%, you'll give it back. Lock in your profits. And another thing I want you guys to really focus on is being more conservative with your options trading. I want you to understand this is a long game. Like, yes, there is people out there where they do YOLO and they can, with options, it's possible. It's possible to double your account in one single day. It's possible to put your entire account into a contract and it goes up 200%. And then you use all that profit, do it again. And then you make another 100%. Then you do it again. But then it gets to a point where it's no longer sustainable. It is possible. It is possible to turn 1K into $1 million very, very quickly with options. I'm not saying it's not. But what I'm telling you is my style with the way I trade options is I'm not going to be YOLOing and I'm not going to be going all in. I have a very conservative approach where my goal is to grow my account exponentially within the next couple years. And then once it grows exponentially, as I'm compounding it, locking in my profits quickly, aiming for the smaller wins and cutting my losses quickly, right? And not doing any YOLOs, not taking big position sizes, letting the percentage of the contract do the work for me, not the size, right? It is going to compound exponentially as time goes on. And then when your account gets that big, you're going to realize that, man, all you have to do is just get in and get out. You don't even have to aim for a big win anymore because your account is so big. So that's my style. I'm trying to keep it as conservative as possible. So like, what do I mean by conservative? I'll give you an example. Say I have a $10,000 account and I'm confident on a trade, right? So I trade the best setups at the best prices. I'm confident on a trade. Put in $1,000, 10% of your account into the trade and risk like 1% of your account at the most to make 2% plus back. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm putting in like 10% of my account into the contract. And when I do that and the contract goes up 10%, every time that contract goes up 10%, my portfolio goes up 1%. So I'm looking to make a quick 2 to 3% on my portfolio, risk 1%. That's kind of what I'm doing. It's like risking 1R to make 3Rs. But yeah, it is currently, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is like raining like crazy out there. But yeah, I just wanted to bring some awareness to that. Compound your account, take the conservative approach. One thing that will really rewire your brain to a conservative approach is when you experience a big loss. If you try to aim for big wins, you're going to get a big loss. And when that big loss hits, you're going to give back the vast majority of your profits. And then what some people do is they try to aim big to make back all the profit, and then they blow up the account. What you need to do instead is when you lose, when you have a bigger loss, become even more conservative to make sure that you never lose big again, right? Because if you think about it, if you lose big, now you're in kind of like a hole. And the only way to realistically get out of that hole is to be conservative. It really is. That's like the only way. It's going to take a lot more time, but that time, that's like your pain. That's like your realization where like, wow, the only way to truly do this, to truly grow this account realistically and to sustain it is to like be conservative. Like if I have $10,000, and I enter an options trade, if I have a $10,000 account, I enter an options trade, I should be making like 100, 200, or $300 on that trade, and I should be risking no more than $50 to $100 on that trade. Like you got to have that perspective, guys. If you're aiming for big wins, you're going to give it all back. One thing that's really hardwired me to be conservative is whenever I have a big red day. I can't stand red days, and if it's a bigger red day, then that really rewires me to be conservative. So just make sure you're not taking big position sizes on option contracts. You're stopping out quickly and you're locking in the profits, right? Typically, I like to get a quick 20, 30%. It all depends on the trade. Some trades, it's a bigger percentage. So I just want to bring some awareness to that. Now, in terms of Tesla, we went over Tesla, we went over AMC, went over Nvidia. So that's going to be the game plan, guys. Those are going to be the game plans. That's going to be the top watch: AMC, Nvidia, Tesla, and SPY. Those are my top 4 for tomorrow. I want to give a big shout out to some of the members within Trader Society. Adobe is another one I'm keeping an eye on. But you guys some of you guys absolutely crushed it today, and there were some great trades made today. So I want to give a big shout out to all you. Hun Solo, absolutely killing it, man. Glad to see the comeback. My guy's killing it again, man. Quick $1,000 there. So yeah, big shout out to everyone. Tyler played the Nvidia put options, went heavy on them. 44 contracts, made an absolute killing on those. That's insane. Bobby is back at it. Nice $657 profit. Nicely done. And man, this guy has been absolutely killing it with the SPY put options, man. I think yesterday he made 100K. Now he made 53K today. It's absolutely crazy what you can do with options. My guy right here recently joined the program. His account is now up 17%, he told me, since he joined. He joined about 2 weeks ago. Killing it. Great day, $3,000 profit. Congratulations, everyone within Trader Society. We are going to crush it tomorrow. If you do want to be a part of Trader Society, it is going to be that first link down below in the description. Once you join the program, you get instant access and you get lifetime access to the live trading streams that we do every single day at Market Open, where you get to watch me trade live and you get to ask me questions live on the spot. You also get access to the members within the chat room. Some of them alert their trades in real time, like Swank did today on the Nvidia put options with the gap close reversal. So you get lifetime access to the chat room, and you can contact us via one-on-one direct message within the chat room as well. And you also get access to the video lesson library, where you get to learn these unique gap trading method strategies to consistently make money within the market. You also learn risk management and position sizing, how to compound your account, and the mindset to trading, right? And there's so much more to it. You get the real-time trade alerts and the stock analysis and the watch list. I'm going to be sending out the watch list tomorrow at Market Open, right before the Market Open. And with that being said, if you do want to be a part of Trader Society, it's going to be that first link down below in the description. I will see you guys tomorrow live at Market Open. In the meantime, let's continue to talk within the chat. And one more stock really quick before I go is CAR. CAR, man. I pointed this one out. One guy DM'd me. He's in on puts. He's killing it on this one. This looks very, very bearish. I would definitely consider looking into some midterm puts. I'm going to start looking into them tomorrow. I brought awareness to this in terms of the leap option section within the chat. I brought awareness to this on March 20th. I said CAR will be my next trade of interest for buying midterm put options. I can see it dropping to $240 in 60 days or less. And as you can see, ever since I posted that, that was literally the day, that was the high on the stock the day I posted that. And it just turned dark blue on the squeeze, which is bearish. It's very, very bearish. It's very, very overextended. This is a bearish candlestick. I mean, it's def. It looks like this, right? It looks like def. Looks like def. It goes back down to fill the gap below. It goes back down. There's a gap to fill below. CAR looks extremely bearish. That's going to be the bonus play where I do some midterm swing puts for a passive income trade. But yeah, guys, that's my thoughts. That's my analysis. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a lot. If you want to be a part of Trader Society, it's going to be that first link down below in the description.